In a world that constantly shifts beneath our feet, where economies rise and fall, where jobs come and go like the seasons, the idea of depending on a single source of income feels increasingly fragile. The book How to Build Multiple Income Streams does not just teach you financial tactics, it takes you on a quiet, powerful inner journey toward freedom, self-worth, and long-term peace of mind. This is not simply about making more money, it is about reclaiming your power, your time, and your dreams, one stream at a time. At the heart of the book lies a deep truth: the average person trades their time for money. They wake up, go to work, return exhausted, and repeat the cycle until their health or circumstances force a change. But the author gently challenges this rhythm, asking the reader, what if your income didn't rely on a single job? What if you could design a life where money flows in from many directions, where your security isn't built on one paycheck but on a diversified foundation that you control? The journey begins with a shift in mindset. You must first believe that building multiple income streams is possible for you, not just for entrepreneurs, influencers, or investors, but for everyday people with limited time, modest resources, and pressing responsibilities. This belief is not naive, it is rooted in thousands of real-life stories. Like the nurse who began blogging about health on weekends, eventually creating an online course that now earns her passive income. Or the teacher who turned his passion for photography into a side business, selling prints and teaching workshops on weekends. These stories are not just about profit, they are about purpose. They show us that our hobbies, our curiosities, our lived experiences, they all have value. They can be transformed into streams of income if we nurture them with patience and intention. One of the most profound ideas in the book is the difference between active and passive income. Active income requires your constant effort, your job, freelancing, consulting. Passive income, on the other hand, keeps flowing even when you're not actively working, like royalties from a book you've written, dividends from stocks, or rental income from a property. The book emphasizes that passive income is not truly passive at first. It requires upfront investment of time, energy, creativity, and often money. But once built, it grants you space to breathe, to heal, to dream, and to serve. This is where the emotional power of the book truly blooms. Because money, when earned through aligned streams, becomes more than currency, it becomes a tool for healing and impact. Imagine a single mother who builds a small online store selling handmade crafts. Her income not only supports her children but teaches them creativity, discipline, and pride. Or the retired man who starts a YouTube channel about gardening, sharing decades of wisdom while slowly building a stream of ad revenue and community. These are not get-rich-quick schemes. These are soul-aligned ventures that reflect the deeper layers of who we are. The author breaks down multiple paths for creating income streams, offering both strategy and soulful encouragement. From digital products, affiliate marketing, and print-on-demand businesses to investing in stocks, real estate, and licensing intellectual property, the book explores a wide range of possibilities. Yet it always returns to this grounding truth: build what resonates with you. Don't chase trends. Follow the intersection of your interests, your skills, and your market's needs. There is a subtle, spiritual undercurrent to this book that sets it apart. It's not just about having more, it's about becoming more. Building multiple income streams forces you to grow. You learn resilience when your first digital product flops. You develop discipline as you stay up late building your side hustle. You discover courage when you pitch your first client or invest your savings in your first asset. And slowly, without realizing it, you become a different person, stronger, wiser, freer. There is a beautiful chapter on the seasons of income. Just like nature, your financial journey has cycles. Some seasons are for planting, learning, exploring, experimenting. Some are for watering, nurturing your projects, adjusting your strategy, staying consistent. Some are for harvesting, reaping the rewards of your patience. And some are for resting, stepping back, breathing, reflecting. The author encourages you not to rush this process. You are not behind. You are not too late. You are exactly where you need to be. Every step, even the small ones, count. Another powerful lesson lies in collaboration. We often think building income streams is a lonely road, but the book invites us to build together. Partner with others. Hire help when needed. Trade services. Learn from mentors. Celebrate with community. Because financial abundance is not just about independence, it's about interdependence. When we rise, we bring others with us. In one of the most moving sections, the author addresses fear. The fear of failure. The fear of wasting time. The fear of losing money. The fear of being judged. These fears are real, and the book does not dismiss them. Instead, it honors them. It tells us, fear is not a sign to stop, it is a sign you are growing. If you were not stretching beyond your comfort zone, the fear wouldn't show up. And growth, by its very nature, is uncomfortable. But it is also sacred. You do not need to be fearless. You just need to be faithful, faithful to your vision, your values, and your small daily steps. What makes this book truly transformative is that it is not merely a guide, it is a mirror. It holds up a reflection of who you could become if you trusted yourself enough to begin. It reminds you that wealth is not about having more than others, it is about having enough to live in alignment, to serve others, and to leave a legacy. Every stream of income you build is a stream of impact, purpose, and possibility. There's a story in the book about a woman named Clara who, after being laid off, began baking from home to make ends meet. At first, it was just cookies for neighbors. Then a small Facebook page. Then bulk orders for events. Over time, it turned into a full-time catering business. But more than the income, Clara found her voice. She discovered joy in creating, pride in ownership, and peace in knowing she was no longer at the mercy of a single employer. Her story, like many others in the book, is a quiet anthem of empowerment. Ultimately, How to Build Multiple Income Streams is not just a financial book, it is a spiritual call to awaken your potential, reclaim your time, and live with intention. It invites you to build not just for survival, but for joy. Not just for now, but for generations to come. It is a path of transformation, slow, sacred, and deeply personal. You may not build 10 streams this year. You may only build one. But that one can change everything. It can give you breathing room. It can give you options. It can give you hope. And from that hope, all things become possible. So if you feel stuck, overwhelmed, or uncertain, start small. Sell one product, write one article, launch one idea, take one class, start one conversation, and trust that with each step, you are building not just income streams, but a life that is truly yours. Because at the end of the day, the goal isn't just more money. The goal is more freedom, more meaning, more time with the people you love, more space to become who you were always meant to be. And that, above all, is the most beautiful return on investment you could ever receive.